I thought resting was just like, I'll just give myself an off day and then like scroll and watch reality TV and like do stuff. That's not rest. So we tell each other that you don't deserve rest until you've earned it. But if you have a limited capacity, you're going to find the need for that rest before you deserve it.
Yourself?
Ooh. Well, I think the thing about being human is, you know, I'm going to have a 30% day. I'm going to have an 80% day.
Okay. Let me ask you this, though, because I know in a framework where you're saying makes perfect sense to me. I think oftentimes, though, we are told that the only thing that's satisfactory is 100. So redescribe for me what you mean by 30 and 80, but let's not use a scale that can be measured.
Okay.
So that I know what that actually means. Because 30 sounds terrible. I know it's not, but in the whole context of for me to be good, 30
Let's go forest then.
Okay, come on now.
So I'm a forest.
Okay.
You don't look at a forest and go like, oh, that young tree is crap. You just look at like the entirety of it and think it's stunning. So I think as a human, like I feel my best when I'm letting myself alone. When I'm just letting myself be, letting myself flow, letting myself sing, letting myself dance, not worrying about perception. But also, I think I have a tendency to be like, when I'm having a young tree day, I panic because I'm like, but I'm not being mighty tree me. Something must be wrong. But instead, it's like, you're just having a growing tree day instead of a mighty oak day. And some days I'm like the sapling and sometimes I'm like the redwood that's like, what was that? But it just depends.
But either way,
it's like accepting the forest.
The whole time.
Yeah. It's like accepting the forest as she comes, you know? Because I think I'm a highly ambitious person and I'm a Leo and I do the work. So I tend to stay pretty level.
As somebody who was born on May 5th, what does that mean about me?
It means that you are you Gemini?
I'm Taurus.
Oh, you get along great.
Okay,
I don't think it's like,
yeah.
I'm not too into the signs, but if it can teach you something about yourself, great.
Yeah.
So I think for you, you're very strong-headed, but you'll probably wait before you move. That's true. That's that energy.
I think that's true.
But sometimes when I'm like a bullheaded person, I'm a bullheaded person with me too. And I have to like learn how to like, let's scale back the ambition and let ourselves breathe today.
Why do you, other than generally being in a society that is deeply motivated by my capacity to attain and keep, why do you feel like it can, let me ask you that this way. Do you find it difficult to rest?
Yes.
When I say the word rest, how do you define that?
I discovered that I wasn't resting because I thought resting was just like, I'll just give myself an off day and then like scroll and watch reality TV and like do stuff. That's not rest. That's still like a different idea every 15 seconds. So I think I really had to learn like, I'm either going to meet my mental health or I'm going to rest. Because rest is really about like limited capacity. And I think in America, we tell each other that you don't deserve rest until you've earned it. But if you have a limited capacity, you're going to find the need for that rest before you deserve it. And you're going to have to find a way to like, so now when I think of rest, I think of, I just lay my body down, no screens, or rest is doing a puzzle, no screens, or taking a hike and just being back in awe of being alive in general. So I think that's what I think of as, I think rest had to change because the rest wasn't working. And then I really devalued rest, but I wasn't resting right. I was like resting still super distracted and busy, which is not rest.
Would you make rest synonymous with presence?
No. Two different things, I think. Being present is like being here, being in the moment, doing the work of not being in my past and not being too much in my future. But I think rest is like, rest feels revolutionary in an American society. because you're supposed to earn it or you're supposed to do it at that 2-week part in the summer.
Right.
But like, you deserve rest all the time.
Mm-hmm. I don't disagree, but I am curious. Why do we think that we don't deserve it? Because that's I think the word deserve is a really powerful word.
It is.
It's a really poignant word.
It is.
So because I agree, I think a lot of us, me too, often think I don't deserve to rest yet.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think that I could even give you a definition for what I was chasing, though.
Right.
To like, no, there she is.
That's,
now I can
that's
rest. I don't think I even know what that moment is.
Yeah. And the goalpost moves often.
Right.
You know?
So I wonder why we use the word deserve.
Because you're in a capitalist system that tells you that you deserve your time when you retire, and you deserve your time on the weekend, and you deserve your time after 5, whether that's actually how you're programmed or not. P.S. We're not. That's just something some oligarch 70 years ago decided this is the flow and we're all going to get in it. And no scientist said
we should do that.
This is based on neurological needs of humankind. And so I think, rest has become something that you earn because that's when society tells you deserve it. And laziness has become a word that people ascribe to rest because people get resentful that they work so hard that if they see someone around them chilling on their porch, they're going to attack that person.
Yeah, very much so.
So it's also like, we aren't rested, and we also kind of attack each other when we do.
Yeah, because we're told. Yeah.
I was on my porch. That's something important to me. I'm Southern. Porch time's like, if I spend all day on the computer, I want to spend like 1 hour lunchtime, porch time.
Okay.
I had some banker neighbors walk by and be like, we just want to be you and like not have to work. And I was like, ew. First of all, don't police when I work and don't work. You don't know me. And second, like, are y'all okay? If you're working so hard that you have to like check me on my porch, you deserve maybe some rest too. And they'll assume you're not working if you're resting. But it's like, but who told you that work was end all be all? Who told you that work was identity? And I think the generation before us, especially when I became an entrepreneur, my family had a big problem. They were just kind of accusing me of being lazy and going slow. And I was like, okay, well then I didn't want to do this, but let mama put the paychecks on the table and show you just how much I make. Because I make in a day what y'all make in 3 months. That's why we do this. And if I do it the same as y'all, I'm going to be living the same reality as y'all, which is my knees hurt, but I have to sit here. I have carpal tunnel, but I have to type. Am I not allowed to witness y'all struggle and be better? Like, I thought that was the point of raising your kids up.
I sometimes make the joke, probably because it plays a little bit of reality, that like I want to make sure that I put as much money in my child's college fund as I do in their therapy fund.
I like that very much.
Because I know for sure that like I got to be screwing some shit up.
That's okay.
Fair. That part seems very human. I sometimes sort of like step back and maybe get sometimes what feels too introspective, of going, okay, if I can very much look and make a diagram and go, here's the 5 ways in which I am breaking the curses of the people before me and so on. And I go, sometimes I wonder if my excitement and enthusiasm towards the breaking of something bad keeps me blind.
Interesting.
From seeing something today that maybe I do and maybe I don't have the ability to affect or impact. But it feels like, damn, I would really love to know about the thing though that I'm doing that I can't see. And maybe our parents thought the same thing. I don't think that they did, but maybe they thought the same thing. And so I don't know. It like puts me in like this conundrum sometimes where I'm like, I know that I am doing this and this that are wonderful. I take my kids to school and I pick them up and I love them and we are silly and we dance and I wear glitter makeup and I have my nails and toenails painted and all the things that like But am I missing something?
Can I tell you something?
Please.
The bad parents just go to bed, my guy. It's the good parents who worry. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like, and I think I used to do this where I'm like, well, because I had a childhood where they had blind spots, then if I raised a kid, I would raise a kid with blind spots. But when I nannied, it was the opposite. It was just a fountain of love and communication. We weren't scary. And when I had moments where I was like, oh my gosh, am I being the scary adult? I apologized. We did repair. So like, what if you just don't fuck up your kid, Rocky? What if they just come out great? And maybe they need supplemental help somewhere down the line. But what if they just don't come out as traumatized as maybe perhaps we did?
I think it goes back.
It's a worry.
We'll go back to our spherical example we gave earlier of like, yes, great. I can get behind all that. But I want to do it right.
But you're not in control.
I know, but I want to be.
I know. I do too.
Don't tell me I'm not in control.
Okay, sorry. You're in control of what you're in control of. And you know what? I used to have parents in physical therapy. They would be like, how do I keep my kids safe? Like, I'm anxious. You're asking me what I'm anxious about. This is where my mind is. How do I keep my kids safe? And I'll tell you what I would tell them, which is...
Tell me.
Can your kid come to you if they have a problem?
100%.
Are you going to stay a part of their life no matter what the rest of their life?
100%.
Are they used to a standard of love in your home?
Yes.
Then they're safe.
Yeah.
And they'll always be safe. Like, and that's the safest thing you can do, because when I left my family's house and anyone talked to me away, I was like, that's not love, because that's not what we do at home. And when a man, like on the first date I went on, told me I wasn't eating like according to the feminine standard, and I took him to Wings because I thought being mouthy and saucy would be like, and I just left the date because that's not how I get treated in my big family. My family just gets covered in sauce with me and says that my belly is cute. And that's how you keep them safe, by doing the work. And as long as you're doing the work, they'll be okay. And you know what? They might complain about you to a therapist one day.
Guaranteed.
But don't you want your kids in therapy? I do.
100%.
So like, you're telling me that your kids have a net, a college fund and a therapy fund? And you gave her a limo with a princess part. Your kids are fine. Outsider looking in, like, I would give a finger or two to have a dad like that. No cap.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
And again, the good parents worry. Yeah. The good parents worry.
And I think that's a tension I feel very often, is the space to go, I can very confidently look in the mirror and go like, I'm a great dad. Like, I'm crushing this parent thing. And I think for as best as I can, like, I'm a pretty great husband too. Like, good for you. Like, I love those things. And I feel I like the word tension rather than balance, because I don't think balance exists. But I love that. I also feel the tension of I want to hold in both spaces the truth about what is and maintain my version of a healthy level of ambition, that just because it is good today doesn't have to mean it has to be this way forever. And not because I need to be better because I am dissatisfied. I want it. I haven't. You just always want to be improving. Right. And improving might be to calm the hell down. Yeah. Improving doesn't have to be synonymous with activity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember when my first therapist was just like, okay, you're just hyper-intellectualizing your problems. Yeah. And I was like, no, I'm just saying, I know that I'm stressed because I've been overworked and I've been like a little underpaid. And she was like, okay, but now that you perfectly understand, do you feel better? I'm like, no. Yeah. She's like, I need you to breathe. I need you to stop pressurizing yourself. I need you to like let yourself exist. Yeah. When we were talking earlier about, the saying that there's a generation that cried fine. Yeah. I think I find in my experience, and I am 100% guilty of this. I want to be very clear. This is not me pontificating that I have somehow arrived. Oh, and neither of us, our perfect cards got blown a long time ago. Thank you. So have a messy thought. 3.5 probably. And so I think like this, for me, it's the I think the ability to be able to say, I know that there is space in my life. That I can be the initiator, and I can be the one who sends the first text, and I can be the one who probably does a few more follow-up texts than the average person.
Yeah.
I can, I remember having this moment in my life where I kept feeling like, oh, no one calls me back and no one texts me back and no one why am I always the, and I had this thought one time of like, maybe when you're the person that, by the way, has chosen this for yourself. So when you're the person who has chosen to hold everybody above your head, why are you surprised when you ask them how they're doing that they ask you how you're doing? Why are you surprised they don't ask you? Because if you say you weren't fine, you might set them down. And so they're probably not going to ask because there's things you're responsible for, there's things you're accountable for, and there's things you have willfully chosen to take responsibility of. And that tends to be the category that causes me the most strife in my life, is because I go, yeah, but don't they understand? And they're going, no, you chose this. You said you wanted to take care of us.
That was my decision.
Damn, I was mad. I've been mad at you this whole time.
Isn't communication wild? Because I have to say, like, I can relate to that. I'm the planner friend.
Okay.
I plan for a living.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to my friendships, I plan.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was single for 30 years, like, friendship's really important to me. It's like the cornerstone. It's just really important. But sometimes I can get resentful as the planner friend. But then I'm like, okay, did you communicate that you needed your friends to make plans for you? And I'm like, no. And it's like, do you think that you were given these gifts specifically to use them for your community? You're the planner of the group because you've been giving the planning skills. They've been given the other skills, the show up skill, the pay for everything skill. Sometimes the friend group needs one of those. The coming to plans that are different than the norm that I set. So sometimes it's like, I guess I need to communicate that I can't be planner and I don't want to have my friendships fall off if I can't be that. But then it's also half being like, my love, this is your gift. And aren't you the friend that constantly has friends going, thank God you got us together. I was going through such a hard time and I wasn't telling anybody.
100%.
And I have these kids and I'm tired and I just would have isolated. It's funny to have to be in that, to your word, in that tension of, on one hand, I have to be this because this is my gift. And on the other, it's my obligation to communicate when I need support and I get tired.
Yeah. Again, for the 19th time, a wonderful definition of being human. I think all of those things.
Why do we all think we're psychic?
I don't know.
You go ahead.
Because we like to think that we're in control.
Hello.
Is there something about you that you feel is deeply true about you, but can often get missed by others?
I think people will meet me as far as I can explain myself. I don't think there's things, if there's something about me that I would want someone to understand, I think I would explain it to them.
I think that is wildly rare.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
I think I'm just I think maybe the thing I've learned about being autism spectrum is like, I don't get jokes a lot of the time. And like when someone says, hey, it's a little chilly, they mean I'd like to go in. But for me, I'm going to go get a sweater because you said you were chilly. So I oftentimes miss the communication that's supposed to be happening. So I have to just be very direct. And I think I've always been very direct because I think I've always had a mind that's so like, I don't assume anyone can understand until I've explained. And anything I need people to get about me, either I can explain or maybe it's an unneat med myself. Like, I don't want y'all to need to get me. I'll get me. Or I'll go to my therapist and she'll get me.
She will help me find me while I'm there.
I mean, and not to say that I definitely tell the people in my life, like if I am having, like I've been in a rougher season, like mentally lately. And that's just like, I feel so blessed that that's the time that I'm just like, all right, Batman belt. Set off the thing. And then what happens is my friends who do plan are suddenly like, no, we'll come to your house. if I don't answer the phone for my best friend Ricky, like he will be at my house.
Yeah, and maybe it's nothing more than a continued encouragement to you and a challenge to those of us who don't yet feel at the place that you're describing. I just hope, as much of an encouragement as I could make it, I hope on your drive back to Funky Town, I just hope that you will revel in the work that you have done.
You can
granted yourself the ability to be as free. And I say
it's
that
a lot of elders in perspective and counseling. I appreciate it.
And I very same.
Because your trauma will make you into, like, for me, if I don't do the work, if I don't stay mindful, if I don't understand that like joy is the cornerstone of liberation in every movement, joy and love, joy and love, joy and love, over and over. But for me, it's like when I lose perspective on that, that's when it all kind of starts to tank. So it's like, I don't know. I think being mindful is nice, but also it's really easy when you grow up with a lot of trauma to become your trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think a lot of people who've been traumatized recognize and see each other really easily 100%. And quickly because the work has been done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think sometimes for me, I'm so cheerful and naive, people will try to check me
like you're
to test.
Yeah.
And then and then they're like, oh, well, now I see who you really are. I'm like, no, you're just seeing who I am when I respond to someone who's tested me. It was your mistake to assume naivety meant no trauma.
Right.
What if?
Or that joy meant naivety.
Yeah. Like, why would joy mean naivety? Happiness. I'll give you happiness, naivety.
Sure.
But joy. One of my favorite, like, poets, philosophers, Khalil Gibran, he wrote this book called The Prophet. And it was like this wise man leaves town and all the people are just like, tell us your wisdom before you leave. And a woman says, speak to us about joy and sorrow. And he was like, when sorrow is in the bed, joy is sitting at the foot. And vice versa. And it has to be that way because when sorrow carves into your being, but how much more joy can you contain after? So for me, it's like, I've had an entire life where I'm trying not to become what was done to me. And there's a lot of carving out, I'm not going to lie. But then it's like when my joy, and I get emotional, like just, it's so nice to be on the healthy side of things and just be like, no, but I'm joyful in a way that like, I feel like I'm a piece of a great tapestry. I'm woven into something. I don't have to be an individual. I'm not supposed to be.
Right.
I'm supposed to serve. Like, and I'm supposed to just, when joy comes, you better go get that joy. Like, because happiness has been hard for me.
Yeah, it's fragile.
Happiness is hard, but joy is like, it belongs to me. It's you don't have to earn it. It's yours. And it's just for you. So I think like a lot of people, I think, worry when they're traumatized. And I worried that I was just going to always be my trauma. But it's like, yeah, but then the joy and the gratitude will hit you. Like sometimes I'll just be like dancing with my husband in the kitchen and I'll just get to crying and he'll be like, is it good crying? I'm like, no, you don't understand it.
Yeah.
It took me so long to get here, babe. It's like when everything was wrong in your life, the small things, the small joys, the small rest, the small word of confidence, all of it, like, what if it all matters?
Yeah.
What if it all counts?
Yeah. Yeah, I find myself very gratefully, thankfully, I find myself often in what is seemingly a very mundane moment of my life, overwhelmed with emotion, typically around my wife and my children.
It's grateful, right? It's like so grateful.
This is my real life. And when my child is sick at 2 a.m., they want to choose me. And
it's a big deal.
When she's upset in her room because her brother said something, she yells for me. And
she's safe enough to tell you when she's discontented?
Right. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's lots of moments like that. Very, very gracious. I was telling Zach earlier when, my truck is a standard and it's a one bench seat in the front. And I remember I bought this truck from my dad, and that's a different story for a different time. And my dad have a great relationship now, but it was not so great for a really long time. And so it's fun that like I bought this from my dad, and my dad had a truck, because kind of older, but similar to this when I was younger. And so I would always see him a few times a year. And I remember like would be with him and I could be in the truck with him, and I would sit in the middle because I would want to be next to him.
That's so nice.
You know, he would be switching gears and like bumping my leg with and I remember the first time I got in this truck and my son was sitting next to me, and it never registered to me until I like switched gears and bumped into his leg. And it was this like,
it's happening.
Like I get to be in the truck with my son, and I'm
having
this moment, and not good or bad or right or wrong, but I get to do this every day.
It's a big deal.
And to go from twice a year to twice a day is significant, right? And so I think,
and I hope it heals things in you.
Oh, I
hope it gives you the permission to be like a little boy who's like, you should have been around more.
Yeah.
Genuinely. And even 100%. If y'all are working through it, like I just...
Oh, there are many days that
I hope it gives you that permission.
There are many days I catch my children doing many things that I both find myself with a tinge of jealousy.
That recontextualizing as an adult.
I have like created a life for them that I always wanted. And a small piece of like Little Rocky is like,
this is how it should have been. This is good.
You know, we're doing it again. We're doing it. My wife is much more creative than I, but we always joke that like she doesn't really enjoy like coloring with our kids. But I will color with them and then like find myself getting lost like 30
You're
minutes.
Just like
30 minutes. And we're both, and my wife's like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm hyper-focusing. I don't think I colored.
I'm in a flow state.
I was,
you didn't
coloring. Right.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Special.
Like, I don't remember having a time in my life where like we sat around.
We did not have working art supplies.
No, that was
you had half a rose art,
like,
and that shit will not translate on the paper. It's
half a rose.
It's not the same.
So good. It's not the same. It's not the same.
I definitely, when I nannied, I remember like we had a really interesting moment where the girls were fighting over a crayon. So I broke it in two. They did not ask me to break their toy. Yeah. They, in fact, meltdown, immediate meltdown. I had to apologize. Of course, apologize. Yeah. Don't know why I thought that was a good idea. Yeah. Dumb. And then I was sort of feeling away because I was like, yo, when I was growing up, we didn't even have 64 crayons. Like, and you rich. And then it was like, can you let them have their childhood though?
Yeah.
And then the next day we got a giant piece of paper and I was like, did you know that you can rub the crayons? And we broke all the crayons apart. I drew like a quilt and they each designed, like we just designed squares all day. And then when I walked in, the mom, Kelly, she got triggered and was like, she didn't grow up with crayons. So she walked in and saw all the crayons done, defeated, paper everywhere, and was like, oh my God. And then I had to be like, hey, see the beautiful quill? See the quill? We made it. We can buy more crayons. And then even she was like, it's my turn, isn't it? I'm like, I did it yesterday. Yeah, it's your turn, girl.
It's your turn.
And then she was like, all these issues over crayons. And I was like, it's not the crayons.
If that phrase in and of itself, we could just get you going, the issue is not the, and leave it blank, and then just have you say 1,000 different words to fill in there to go. That in and of itself is whatever it is, it's not that.
And watching an adult meet that moment, break down, then apologize and explain. Baby.
Game changer.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Yeah. I am...
Humble pie tastes good, I think.
I think so.
And the slower I eat it, the less I have to eat it again.
Yeah. Because it's when
I like wolf it down that it's like another nice try.
Eat it slow enough and it's really filling.
Eat it where you're like, I'm enjoying I'm going to start to enjoy the taste of this.
And next time I'm going to think about how it tastes before I have to eat it.
Hello.
That maybe I don't need to eat it.
Would you like some humble pies? Would you like to go ahead and be that human, or do you want to
just go ahead and just have a little humility now?
Just as someone outside in, not that you need anyone to tell you that you're proud, but
I'll take it.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Way to have your enough, like be enough. Way to see like positive love being like grown out of your family. Way to like feel triggered as a dad and still be like, that's my childhood shit. Okay, let me let you have yours. But like, do you know how special it is to let your kids have their childhood? Like, and you married a baddie and she still talks to you. Like, when someone marries a baddie and she's still a baddie, the girls notice.
Yeah.
Baddies, not saddies.
Yeah, we're trying to let baby girl just keep getting up in her baddie game. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Every day.
Because the thing is, like, I wore feather boas at 6 and I turned into a fashion icon.
Preach.
It's not sexual unless you sexualize
That's
it.
right.
Because to me, a 14-year-old in makeup looks like a 14-year-old in makeup.
That's
You're
right.
still a kid. You know how I know you're a kid? Because you're trying to be grown.
Right.
The grown folks don't do that. We're trying to go back.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
Yeah.
Or reclaim it. Let me not. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back.
Same.
I'd like to reclaim my little fairy wing self.
That's right. Yeah, we always, you know, in the best way, I love my in-laws. Not that they're ever going to see this, but if they do see this, I do love them. And it's really beautiful when I get to see my wife have a moment. And she said to me one time, I feel like Marlo is my daughter. I feel like, she said, I feel like Marlo is me as a kid if I would have had the permission to be.
Wow.
And that's not a statement against my in-laws. They're amazing.
No.
But we didn't know, she didn't know how to have permission to be herself. And at that time,
the emotional intelligence just didn't
there
reach
wasn't
her.
permission to be yourself. It was permission to be a kid. And kids do these things.
Oh, how interesting.
So I think it's really fun as a parent. There's so many of those moments that you can have if you put in the effort to watch things like that occur. It's really, really fun.
And also, like, anything you let them do alone now, like, they won't have to work through later.
Yeah.
I remember my grandma one time, she showed me a photo of herself from her wedding, and she was like, I've never been more dressed up than my wedding. And, like, I think she meant that with, like, I was a baddie at my wedding. But for me, I was like, my prom and wedding better not be the last time I'm 11.
Yeah.
And for me, Tuesday can get it.
Yeah.
And that's just how I live because I was just like...
Yeah, or Friday.
Or Friday. You know? And it's not about vanity. It's about fun.
100%.
It's just about fun. It's about, like, having a little touch of social anxiety and being like, if I let you wear this, would you go? And then I'm like, I would go. I would. And it's just all these, like, special things about yourself that, like, maybe marked me as different, but those are all the things I get hired to do now. Like, I remember calling, like, one of my best friends from childhood, and I'm so glad I had her. She was, like, the safe house down the street, my best friend, Reese. I'm, like, an aunt to all 4 of her kids.
Okay.
But I remember calling her on an industry job. I'd been handed, like, a $45,000 budget. I was just feeling very, whoa, Big Mama's trying to do something different. Like, and I was just feeling a lot of pressure. And I went to the janitor's closet, obviously, and called her crying. And was just like, I can't do this. I'm a medicine person. Like, I'm freaking out. And she was like, you have been dressing us up, making us do plays. You yelled at us that our leftover clothes were not fashionable enough. This is you. This is more you than anything you've ever done. She's like, medicine was you. Medicine was you. You're so good at taking care of people. She was like, no one else deserves this $45,000, girl. She's like, you mailed me a photo of a Barbie wedding that you staged one time. Why would you mail me that? I'm like, they all looked really good.
Yeah.
I was proud of myself. And she's like, right. So keep being weird. It's too late to be normal.
Right.
I have 4 kids. Love you. Bye. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. See ya.
Then we just close the closet and I'm like, I'm ready. Like, but that's being an adult too sometimes. Yeah.
I have greatly appreciated spending time with you.
Same.
And I as being, I think it's safe to say, as being like only slightly remotely social media.
I'm here because of Angeli. It's fine.
Yeah.
We know why.
I greatly appreciate you being here. And I very selfishly have appreciated your time. And it is very rewarding for me and very healing for me. And I hope similarly that you feel very proud of you.
I feel very seen in this conversation. And I read your book.
Yeah, thanks.
I loved it.
Thank you.
I loved your Be Confident book. It was like a great workshop of finding your way back to yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
That made me be like, I think I'd be interested in being on a man's podcast in 2026 because it's not
kind of podcast. I will tell you, there is no, in 2026, there probably is no greater compliment that I could take than that right there. So
especially for me, let me just say.
Thank you.
But also, like, genuinely, it's nice to be in conversation with someone who gets it and is emotionally mature and has done the work. And like, I hope you also feel seen in this conversation. But like, I think I really enjoy your social media and the things that you're putting out. I think you're really trying to help.
Thank you.
And that's really nice.
Thank you. We are. Thank you.
Aww.
Thank you so much.
That was great.
Yeah.